So the conversation that follows is working through the understanding of how this works. And yeah, it's true. This type of hardware, you would absolutely see this in a 19th century catalog. Absolutely. The reason we know that is, well, it's what's called a bit key. This is a barrel style bit key. Some people call it a pipe key, but it's a barrel style bit key. This down here is the bit. It's a barrel style because there's going to be a pin inside of the lock that this is going to actually have to rest into, and you can see the pin here that will guide the key. Okay, some people call them skeleton keys as well. This would be a ward cut. This little notch right here, it's called a ward cut. I don't see any wards on the inside of the lock body, but if you were to look at 19th century lock catalogs, you'll find wards. And what the ward is, if we were able to remove that cover from the case, in the bottom of this body, if there was a raised circular area, if you were to stick a key inside of there without the ward cut, actually if I think of it, I'll show it to you, you would not be able to get the key to rotate. It's literally a ward cut. And the intricacy of skeleton keys. If you were to search skeleton keys, you will see some that have a very large bit, a larger key than this, with extremely intricate pattern cutouts inside of the bit. Those are the ward cuts, and the more intricate the ward cuts got, presumably, the more difficult it would be to duplicate the key. And people who manufactured those locks and these types of keys in the 18th century now, George Washington, the 19th century, Abe Lincoln, they were journeyman lockmasters. They were in a guild. They were only admitted to the guild once they've demonstrated absolute mastery over the subject matter, total proficiency. So those wards, that's what this is. I happen to know a little bit about it, and here we go. So the conversation that you'll hear is demonstrated is basically, the bottom line is, what is the hand of this lock? So when we're trying to figure it out, first of all, does it go this way? 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 The answer is they show it in the catalog like this. Okay, furniture lock. So we're going to call it upward locking. What differentiates it is you can see some business right here. And I refer to that as the lever tumbler right there on the inside where it's not over here. So the lever tumbler, and that is the 18th century technology, probably even 17th century technology. This technology is hundreds of years old. Would be very easily bypassed with any tool that you'd be able to get in there and just throw that. Not that that knowledge is something you should leverage against any other individual, but the reason you don't see these types of lock is because they are extremely low security. So what the conversation began with is, what is the hand of this lock? I don't know. Well, very interestingly enough, they define it as, when the lock ships, it's unlocked. Well, that's over here on the right. They define it, as you're about to hear, is when you're in the locked position, in what direction do you turn the key to lock it? To unlock it. I have to rotate this in the right. I have to rotate it to the right to get it to unlock. By definition, with the manufacturer's representative, this is a right-hand lock. Also goes to say that when you look at the lock body and that lever tumbler is on the right side, feel confident in calling that a right hand. I have the opposite hand right here. That's obviously a left hand. Thank you very much. The conversation is about to follow. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
How are you?
I'm good. And you know what? I was asked this question not long ago and ordered 2 samples and had them brought up here, and for the life of me, we can't find them.
Yeah.
So you can't... I don't think there's any difference in looking at them. It's the way the key rotates.
Yes, that is definitely true.
But what I'm going to have to do, I've got 2 more samples, and they'll come up here on Monday.
Okay, that would be awesome.
And I can give you a call back on Monday, okay?
Yes, ma'am. That would be certainly very appreciative. I not only need to understand it as having a locksmith background, but I need to be able to explain it to other people. So you are not wasting your time.
Okay. No, I don't know what I did with them.
Well, the thing is,
I remember this.
It was me that you spoke to last time.
Was it? Well, what
Yes,
did I
ma'am.
tell you?
Well, you said exactly that. I'm going to get a couple of samples, and we're going to get them to you, or you get them on your desk, and then we would talk.
And we didn't talk?
No, and what happened was it took a month or 6 weeks for Bear Supply to get these in and ship them to me, and here I am trying to ship the client's order, because I ordered 3 of each from Bear, but because I've got to send 2 in one, I still don't know, that 50-50, I'm not comfortable
I really
with.
can't tell you other than it's the way the key turns. Because if you go up to a right-hand door, you're going to turn your key to the right. If you go up to a left-hand door, you're going to turn it to the left.
So, and I can run with that easily. Is that when the bolt is in the retracted position?
That's unlocked.
Okay, we're good. I put that key in. If I want to lock it, I rotate it to the left, which would be counterclockwise. I know it's a left hand. If it's going to be, that's clockwise. If it's the opposite, okay. It's the rotation of the key to lock it. I know exactly what I need to do.
Yeah.
And
so it's always locked to unlocked in our terminology. So with the bolt is up, when you put the key in, on the right, you turn it clockwise, and it's going to rotate down, I think. However you want it to go, you can make them operate the way you want it to.
Well, let's run through that.
It's always locked to unlocked in our terminology.
So.
And I don't have one in my hand, so I can.
No, it's okay. I've got it right here. So when I rotate the key to the left, when it's unlocked, is that left hand, or is it when I rotate the key to the right when it's locked to unlock it?
Our terminology is always locked to unlocked.
All right.
So in other words, when your lock is in the unit, it's locked.
Yep.
Walk up to it with the key, whichever way you turn it. And I'm thinking it would be clockwise to bring it down for a right-hand door. I don't have it in my hand, but you can try that.
I think you're exactly right, because I've got what I think to be a left hand here, and when I'm locked, I put the key in. I must turn it to the left to unlock. So if it's locked to unlock, and the
yes,
the lever tumbler is what we're calling it.
Yeah, the other key should turn clockwise to bring it down, and that would be your right-hand one.
So I'm going to take our conversation. I'm going to get it into the website so that everybody in the future is going to know what we talked about.
Okay, but I've got 2 more samples coming up here, and I hope I don't lose these, and I'm going to write it in my book.
Yeah,
I have no idea. I mean, I've looked in my desk. I've looked in where we keep our samples, and we have a big cabinet, unless somebody snuck them out and took them.
Well, you know what I figure, 50, 80 years ago, literally 80 years ago, the smart people that were in the hardware industry, this was obvious to them. But, 80 years later, we need to have it explained.
They don't use those. I mean, they're antiques. That's what they are.
Yes, ma'am. They literally are for stuff that's 100 years old. So that's awesome. Thank you very much for clarifying for me.
Okay. Okay, if you have any more questions, just call me back.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.